I don't know that it's for that specifically, but you know, I do try to keep a tight camera on everybody. Welcome, friends. No, please, Brad, continue.
Nope, that's good.
Okay, all right.
Welcome,
I'm always
friends.
interested to hear about your wife. She drops by occasionally on the
She just
Discord.
thought she thought I was more zoomed in than everybody else.
That could be true.
But I don't know.
No,
I
I feel like
just you had a
Pondo
bigger
is
head than
definitely
the
the
rest
most
of us.
zoomed in.
Oh, bigger head. Thanks, Sid.
Welcome to episode 23 of the 4th season of Battletech, A Time of Total Warfare. Something, something, you know, it's a day. You know what I love even more than having mold in my house is having mysterious contractors so I don't know show up to solve that mold problem during the middle of a global pandemic. So it's my life right now. I don't know. I feel like I really should have had a witty follow-up to that, but I just don't. It's been a day. It's been a week. Who knows?
Yes.
Pondo, what do you got?
Got nothing much.
Good follow-up to me then.
Progress still on the office, still going well. I still have a little bit of work to do. I've been kind of lazy about it. I got a 4-day weekend this week, which is nice because I worked Memorial
awesome.
Day. Yeah. So I think I'm going to give up on working on the office for now because pretty much everything is set up. It just needs to be finished, as in painted, which I don't feel like painting at the moment, to be perfectly honest. I don't enjoy painting half the time because I don't like the waiting.
How ironic.
Yeah. Yes, but if I take the shelves down, I have to put them back up eventually, which they're already up. And you have to take, and we already have stuff on the shelves.
Oh, your fault.
Yeah, that is my fault. That's
It
been
is
my
a
week,
huge
though.
Pain in the butt.
The shelf that I just put all my books on, is that done?
I'm not going to answer that.
We don't even know what's being said, so, you know.
Oh. You can't hear over my mic?
It's
Nope.
my bad, I'm sorry.
No, her
No,
mic wasn't
please.
on. We could only hear it through your mic.
Listen, if the two of you want to have your arguments, you know, please.
Yes,
No,
please
I
turn your
asked
mics off.
him if all the...
No, I did that.
I have...
I know it sounded like I was inviting you to do that, but no, you don't need to air your drama if you don't
No,
want
it's
to.
not actual drama. I
Okay.
have my books onto one of these shelves, so I asked him if it was already done painted, because I thought it was. Apparently it's not.
It still needs like a coat on it.
I have a lot of books, and I don't want to move them again.
Yeah. Cotton,
That's been my
let's-
week.
Yeah, let's do yours, Cotton.
I moved all my books today.
I see.
I also got a 5-day weekend. I told my boss that I had a sore throat. She told me I couldn't come into work for 72 hours because it's a symptom of COVID.
Yeah. That checks out.
But it was kind of nice timing because I wanted to relax for a while.
That is nice.
I'm worried because
That's all I got.
the symptoms of mold poisoning in your house overlap with COVID in a way that makes me very nervous. So, you know, I don't know if there's mold up there yet, but I'd be shocked if there wasn't, given the amount of
You
water
really
involved.
didn't have... the problem didn't persist for that long.
I mean, less than 12 hours, but more than 2 hours.
I think you're going to be okay.
Well, some mold is fine. It won't hurt you.
Yeah, it's true. There's a critical mass that you have to reach.
Except
before there's
they will
problem.
always hurt my dad because he's allergic.
I have this to say, Rad. It's true that for a time I will be okay. But then, as I grow older, I will slowly lose mental and physical capability until my untimely death. Or my timely death, depending on how you look at it. So while I might be okay
he's building
for a
up to
time...
transition over to me there.
Yeah.
I don't know that that's relevant to mold at all. I think.
But
that's
you
just,
said I'd be okay.
You
But
and
the truth
Oh,
is,
that's
I will
true,
be
yeah.
okay for some time. But you know, when taken on a logarithmic scale, At some point, I will not be okay.
Over a long enough timeline,
Yeah.
all chances of survival is 0%.
When you take the calculus of what I'm doing, living, right? As you get closer to infinity.
Right. Yeah. Well, that doesn't mean you won't be okay. I mean, okay is a state of mind. As you physically deteriorate,
I would say that when you're dead, you don't have
okay.
I would say when you're dead, you don't have a state of mind, but that is a theologically debatable point.
Yeah, but that's okay also, right? So you're still technically okay.
Okay. Speaking of people aging and breaking down decrepitly, I can go either way with this because Sid and Rad both complain about being old before the stream. So, I'll just leave it there, and whoever feels more aged and decrepit can go.
Oh, I won't step on Sid's toes for this one.
Yeah, I don't think anyone feels more aged and decrepit than me right now.
Oh my god. Please, Sid. The position has
I'm
been
not trying to
offered.
usurp his title here.
Yeah, no, unlike everyone else who got long weekends, my 3-day weekend very quickly turned into a 0-day weekend. And I've been having to deal with yet another bout of emergencies for clients, and some of it is just the most ridiculous crap ever. Like, you look at this stuff and you just ask to yourself, who the fuck was the idiot who did this, kind of thing, and why?
You have
what was
to
going
know,
through
Sid.
their heads?
You have to know that I have said that several times, and then I've looked at the comment code and realized that I am the fucking idiot.
I knew where that was going.
I was like, what sort of slack-jawed moron would use recursion? Oh, it was me. I did it.
That's the best line from any Pirates of the Caribbean movie. It's when he gets water dumped on him. He's, curse you for breathing, you slack-jawed idiot. It's like, man, I've always wanted to say that to somebody organically in my life.
I don't know.
almost said something very similar today. So, so yeah, that's been me. I've been working to the bone. I took a break at about 8 a.m. so I could sleep for an hour, and that's where I'm at.
Jesus, Sid.
Sid, you would say you're in the bone zone then? I mean, yesterday I was in the bone zone.
I don't know what the bone zone is.
Yeah, you have a different definition for the bone zone than me.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
bone zone
same here.
means- So it sounds like it means something very, very different.
Yesterday
than what I recall it
is
meaning.
yesterday is the once a year fake grand order evil bone farm.
Okay, well that's that problem
You
right
farm
there.
the material evil bone by killing skeletons, so I took it to the bone zone for sure.
I see.
All right, I had a totally different definition in my head, but that's
Oh.
just me.
Yeah, well, that's because you have a dirty mind, obviously.
I mean,
Or just a normal one, I mean.
from what I recall, the bone zone requires an additional willing participant.
Yeah.
Or multiple. It's there's no judgment.
yeah.
Well, there's only might be
Whoa,
such-
Pondo.
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay, all right. I didn't know you swung that way. Okay.
I don't. I'm just saying that it's possible. There is no.
Look, no judgment, bro.
We can all dream.
Yeah. It's true.
All right.
You know, there was this one night in my 20s.
Brad, what you got?
That was an appropriate silence. We can
Yeah.
move on now. I'm good. I guess we're just straight up doing intros, huh? Today. Why not?
Well, I didn't want to get the show started when you said you might have to run around collecting
Oh
children.
no, that's smart. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then my wife woke up.
I didn't
She's
explain
eating
it, but
dinner now,
yes.
so it's still good.
Oh, so we don't need to do extended intros? Because I was like looking up something and be like, oh, did you hear X, Y, and Z today?
No, it doesn't have to be long. She just needs some time to eat dinner. So, let's see. It's been thunderstormy all week here in Texas, so I have had very little to do at work because I can't really visit job sites. What are you doing, Munchkin?
Speak of the children and they shall appear. Hello, child.
And there they are. So I've been mostly working out of my truck as my office which has given me a lot of back issues this week, but that's okay. Could be worse. Let's see. I had a conversation with Connor Hughes about the size of Texas, and he didn't believe me or thought I was trying to misrepresent it to him somehow.
Well, he's from New Jersey, so, you know.
Yeah. So, no, I always find those kind of things really fascinating. Just in general, like people's different perspective based on their life experience, how different it can be.
I mean, someone was like, I'm from the United Kingdom and I don't understand America. And someone was like, this is how America works. There's one of every biome on Earth inside of America.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, because, you know, he had like the typical perception of like, oh, Texas is, you know, there's not a lot of trees and it's really dry.
It's a great plain. It looks like Badlands.
Exactly, right.
So it's all orange dirt.
Yeah.
Everywhere you go, there's a dry gulch and a prospector skeleton with a key on him and a map.
So I'm like, yeah, I know Texas actually has like 6+ really distinct geographic regions. I mean, you know, it's the size of most of Europe, and you imagine how diverse like that is. And then I tried to explain to him how the greater Houston area is bigger than his state, and you know, he had a hard time wrapping his head around that.
You know, I saw you say that and I didn't believe you when you said it. And I haven't taken a look at your evidence yet because I was scrolling through it very quickly. I think it would be, I mean, New Jersey takes 2 hours to drive from the north to the south. So
this is kind of like an interesting breakdown in our communication. I feel like me and Connor, it's just, and that's our perception of like a
669 square miles.
See that's so you're posting the same thing that he posted, and that's probably the square miles of like downtown.
Okay, no, I mean what that probably is the square mile of the city of Houston, not including suburban areas.
Which like, okay, there's
which is how people are like, New York only has 9 million people in it, and I'm like, no, New York has 20 million people in it, and about half of them live in New Jersey.
Right. So when you gather data on major metropolitan areas, you don't do it by city limits because that's not representative of what it really is, right? You do it by the metroplex or the greater area. And when you look at the greater area of Houston, it's 10,000 square miles. And New Jersey is only like 8,700 square miles big or something like that. You can look it up. It's fine. I mean, the burden of proof is on me, I guess, because I'm making the statement.
No, I mean, I'm the one
the greater
questioning.
Houston area, 10,062 square miles.
Yeah.
There you go. So...
I mean, the whole top of New Jersey belongs to New York anyway, so...
Right. So what was interesting is like, I was trying to explain, you know, our suburbs are kind of like incorporated cities that Houston has absorbed. And he was like, well, then that doesn't really count. It's not Houston. I'm like, well, it is though, because it's one urban organism like together. A lot of those smaller cities use Houston municipalities. They don't even have their own like fire department, even though they have an address that's not necessarily a Houston address. But like, so then I got to thinking about it. I was like, well, I've never really been to New Jersey, so I don't know what New Jersey looks like. New Jersey is probably also all, right, like urban landscape. And in that world, you can have different cities because those cities all probably intermingle, but you still see them as different cities because it's an urban landscape. But in Texas, it's a rural landscape with giant polka dots of urbanization. So all of the greater Houston area is considered the Houston area because outside of that is just empty fields. You know what I mean? Like there's a clear distinction between major cities in Texas because there's vast areas of rural land between them. So when I say it all counts as Houston, that's because once you get out of it, there's nothing. There's small towns every 50 miles with less than 1,000 people in them. So we don't really count them as different cities because they all exist as a single, like I said, urban organism together that is surrounded by a sea of rural area. So I think maybe that's like the difference in conception, where in New Jersey, you can have individualized cities that pretty much butt up next to each other and you still consider them individual. Whereas here we have Houston, and then we have a lot of smaller cities that it's absorbed and completely encompassed that we as locals don't really consider individual cities because we just all exist in this one area. And if you leave it, there's nothing until you drive 4 hours to the next town, if that makes sense.
I'm gonna go ahead and upset a bunch of New Jerseyites, especially southern New Jerseyites.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Is there a lot of like rural land in New Jersey? I can't imagine that there is.
There is some, and it's mostly along the coastline,
Okay.
or the southern end of the state.
Interesting.
Everything north of Princeton in New Jersey essentially belongs to New York City.
Okay.
It doesn't even belong to the state that it is located in.
Are you saying New Jersey people aren't going to like that? You say
Yes,
that?
of course.
Okay.
The thing is, you can ride the New Jersey Metro from like mid to south New Jersey all the way up to like 5 minutes from Grand Central Station. You can ride it to the God, it's been years since I've done it. Maybe you can ride it to near the World Trade Center, get off the New Jersey Metro in New York City, and then walk to Grand Central Station or someplace that will deliver you there. Because I remember taking the trip. I rode the Metro in New York City, jumped over to Grand Central, and then rode to see my great aunt and did the whole trip backwards.
Right.
Which I have to say, that was like the most stressful thing I ever did at like 13 is wander around alone in New York City. But
Yeah, that
I
sounds
got
great.
there with very clearly written instructions and the help of a police officer.
That's good. Something similar happened. I was trying to explain why we don't have like effective mass transit here in Houston. And like I don't remember who I was talking with it about. It might have been Sam. I'm not really sure. It was Sam and like another person. But like, and it was having a hard time computing with somebody that's like, well, why don't you just build trains? I'm like, you don't understand. That's like saying build trains to everywhere in my entire state. And don't shut down like the amount of roadways you would have to shut down and like subway. And I'm like, we don't have a sub. We can't.
You would
that.
do it in Houston. You'd do an L train, if you were really dangerous, you would do a subway. But it's a little late in your urban development to do that. Look,
with our water table, you literally can't.
Back in the day,
so you can, assuming money is infinite, you can do whatever you want, but it's not. You know what I mean? Like, and even building an elevated train still shuts down thousands and thousands of miles of roadways to millions and millions of commuters. So like, it's like you just said, I think it's too late in our urban development to start a project like that. Maybe if they had done it 100 years ago, but at this point, like, it's just not financially viable. Like you'd have to, there's no way you sell that to a taxpayer where you go, all right, we're going to make your hour commute a 2-hour commute. We're going to raise your taxes. This is going to be in effect for the next 10 years. And after that, your children's children will be able to enjoy an elevated train. Like nobody's going to vote yes on that. Like, give me a break.
Back in the day, the old day, you used to be able to, like any major metropolitan area in America, you used to be able to catch a trolley car anywhere within your city limits. The trolley car would also act as a postal service. When it stopped, you could put letters in the back end of it, and because the postal service acted as a bank, you could deposit checks in a trolley car. You could ride a trolley car to a train station and take that train station to the next metropolitan area, and then the next metropolitan. You used to be able to get it across America on rail very easily. And there is a very ambitious American light rail system, but it'll take like a decade and cost like $2 trillion.
Right.
And it would be of questionable use. I certainly think it would get used, if only because when you make a new method of transit, it immediately fills. Humanity expands to the space that we allow it. Part of the reason that this rail system is not getting made is, of course, because air travel from like New York to LA is relatively for like a 7 or 8 hour flight. I mean, I think some companies get it down to like 5, but you have to fly very fast with the wind.
Well, probably part of the problem with that older day thing, which sounds awesome, is just scope, right? Like we just don't. Our cities aren't like that anymore. That's not a feasible thing to do.
There are countries around the world that still use trolley cars. I mean, I would point to like
Nebraska has some trolley cars, but you can only take them within the cities.
Well, yeah, of course.
Well,
I mean,
so
you wouldn't take a trolley car across, like large distances. That's why the trolley cars would stop at train stations, which you could then disembark and get
believe-
onto.
They stop at the bus stations. We have Greyhound buses that go all the
Ooh, no, ooh.
Yeah, we have a bus service.
Like, look,
That's what we do.
buses
We do
are fine, but Greyhound bus, please, no. Every bad experience, every time I've been on a Greyhound bus, it's been awful. Nowadays, I
loved
got
the
like
buses.
Bolt bus. It costs you $1, but you got to wait like 6 hours for the bus to show up.
I don't know that the buses are super popular here because most people are like, oh, that's
nope.
only a 5-hour drive. I'll
Nope.
drive it.
No, buses are extremely popular. They're a very cheap way to transit from one location to another if you don't have a car. They're also super scary.
Well, Greyhound's not like really for internal urban travel though. That's for like city to city.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's. I don't want to sidetrack us too hard.
No, I feel like I sidetracked with my vision of trolley car America. It was great. Look, man. Can you imagine being able to walk outside, walk out your front door, and just be like, oh, hey, the trolley man's here. I'm going to drop my mail in there. And it'll be out at 5 o'clock. Boom, done. Gonna drop my
pretty
checks
rad.
off in the trolley car. Boom, my banking for the day is done.
I'm into it.
I'm into it
But
as
you
well.
can put your mail in your mailbox and the mailman will pick it up.
Also
Yes.
true.
But that's
Which is
because
faster than the trolley.
now everyone does have a mailbox. And actually, now that I say that, not everyone does have a mailbox. A number of people have PO boxes.
Or you just do your banking digitally.
It's true. Also,
Look, all I'm saying is, as long as checks still exist, for some reason that doesn't. Oh, let me tell you something, Rad. I just had the weird, like, your wife went behind you, and for some reason I thought she was gonna walk into Sid's camera. And when she did it, I was confused. I was like, where the hell did she go?
yeah, our backgrounds do look almost like
No, I'm just losing it
they
today.
look pretty good. I think. I could change my angle maybe a little bit to line up his door frame with my wall frame here.
Listen, I'm never gonna get over that time where Sid just walked on camera. Look, man, that freaked me out. My whole life changed after that moment. As long as checks exist, digital banking will never reign supreme. You need to get rid of that shit.
I think it already reigns supreme.
I
But,
mean-
I do think checks still exist. Obviously, they're not a figment of your imagination.
Checks exist out of
Okay.
sheer.
I get a check, I scan it with my phone, and it goes
When
into my
you
bank.
can
like,
pay the IRS in anything but a check, come talk to me.
okay,
The IRS is like,
I
I
hardly
want
think
a
that's
check.
the qualifier for reign
The
supreme.
federal
but okay.
government wishes to be paid in check. You can't pay digitally, no Bitcoin, can't send
I've been
cash.
paying my
I pay
taxes
local
digitally for
government
the
and
past-
credit card.
That's one annual
decade.
transaction of the hundreds of thousands that I do every
Sure,
year. I
but
don't
that
think
is the
that's-
most important transaction you will make.
I'd say paying my mortgage is probably the most transaction.
You don't pay your taxes, you won't have to worry about that mortgage.
I mean,
I've been
listen,
handling the IRS digitally for like a friggin' decade
All
or
right,
more.
well,
so-
you're
there was a period in my 20s where I tried very hard to prove you wrong on that particular point.
Sure. My sister tried to prove me wrong on that point as well, and now the IRS is looking for her, and that was the last I heard of her, was, why is the IRS looking for me? And I said, have you paid taxes in the last 5 years? And she's like, I didn't know I still had to do that.
That's funny.
Oh my god. Oh yeah, I
I
guess
can't
that's.
actually remember the last time I ended up owing anything on taxes still.
Well, I mean,
neither.
it depends on your company, right? Like most of the time, they're gonna handle the tax for you, fund and all that stuff. I owed some money this year. That didn't surprise me. It's a very small amount. I had some sideway thing to go with about taxes, but now I forgot.
I just have mine taken out of my paycheck every week.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's how most people do it, and then you get a refund back because you paid too much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Correct.
that works for most people, majority of Americans. All right, we ready to do this thing, I guess?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. I want to thank all the folks at home that posted Is It Thursday yet? I don't know that anyone actually posted Is It Thursday yet. There was some very baroque alternative terminology, which is fine. No, the first person said, is it Thursday yet? Thanks, Neo Buzzard. Look, alternative terminology is fine. I'm just going to call it, is it Thursday yet? Keep it up. Keep up the good work, friends. My morale is bolstered by this. Previously on this show, the mech showed up. There's a fight. We are fighting.
That is the thing that is happening.
Poetic.
Thank you. You are fighting a part of a star of a binary Nova detachment. It looks kind of like a bunch of Nova Cat Battlemechs with some Novas and a Stone Rhino, which is a super large mech that's got 3 giant turrets on it. It's not great. Speaking of giant turrets on it, it's a Marauder and a King Crab.
I mean, a Stone Rhino is just a better Devastator.
I mean,
Basically.
Oh man, when you put it in terms like that, I don't like it.
I mean, it has 3
it's a
gallons.
Devastator
Goss.
with jump jets, so yes.
Yes.
Jesus.
Dual Gauss clan large pulse lasers that shoot farther than a PPC.
Yeah, actually, this is only dual Gauss, but you can always fit 5 Gauss on just about any 100-ton clan mech.
Let me
Yeah.
ask the important question here: who's got the least amount of armor? These Blackhawks. We need to fucking nuke these Blackhawks.
Yeah. The Novas will be something to deal with.
They're not crazy armored, but yes, they are. Unfortunately,
They're the
Armed.
fastest too, which is the other issue.
oh yeah. That's what I'm saying. The Novas are the fastest, and they're also the lightest armored. So we need to. I feel like they're our primary target to begin with, but
I imagine most of them are going to try to just sit in the back and shoot at us, considering
Well.
their positioning.
that's why we got to tuck ourselves in corners and not let that happen.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Make them come to us.
Okay. I'm making my tactical roll. If you would.
Do you need leadership?
Sure, whatever we want to call it.
Tactics roll, something else.
Beat SidAlpha.
I'm going to re-roll that.
Who beat SidAlpha?
You did.
Wow, that's rough, buddy.
What's your leadership?
That's all right. Now's the time to lose that if we're gonna lose it.
Yeah, that's true. Fuck.
What's the modifier, I should ask?
What? Mine is +3, so I end up with 6,
wait.
7, 8, 9.
I win.
Well, okay. Well, it's the first round, so if I'm gonna lose it, now's the time to do it.
Nice.
I have a 10, so there.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Sounds right.
Oh boy.
It's hard to see the level on some of these darker ones.
I will-
Yeah, they're tinted a different color for I don't know what reason.
Aesthetics.
There you go. I'll
Do,
go.
do not dare speak ill of our great map masters. Fools!
Do we need to go?
One would say that you do
I'll
need
go.
to go.
Oh, okay.
And
But would one?
I see. Completely hidden, huh? Fortunately, I have that orbital strike. Where's that bag? Locating these bags directly behind the biggest, giantest.
Really is too bad you don't have a model for that stone rhino.
I know.
It's relatively close to what a Marauder would be. Just bulkier.
Okay, that keeps happening. More keep respawning. Alright, there we go. And this is gonna be 3. You all are up. Sorry for my dice bag shenanigans.
Okay. Oh god, it does the. I forgot about the shadow thing.
Wow, you're running so far ahead.
Not really, just marginally.
That marginally, the margin's like 10 hexes.
He's only
It would
two
take me
hexes
two-
further up the map than me.
Possibly 3 rounds to catch up to you.
That's about as far as fast as I'm gonna go.
Make whatever choices you must.
Tell yourself whatever you have to.
It's fine. I'm trying to do a bait and switch. It's not working though.
Okay, you guys are up.
Hmm.
Do you want to go or do you want me to go, Red?
I don't really have any strong feelings about where I'm gonna go. Do you know where you want to go? Because I don't want to take your spot on accident.
I'll go here.
Okay.
Let's see.
Oh yeah, I forgot you did that. Last time.
Who did what?
That you took my spot on accident last time.
Oh yeah. I don't want to do that again.
It's fine. I was pretty close to the spot.
Look at them all posting up on this hill.
Mm-hmm.
What a bunch of losers.
We're trying to get a high angle on you to
You guys are up.
catch you when you're crossing out in the open.
Joke's on them. I'm not crossing out in the open. Jumping right here.
Let's see. Am I correct in thinking that neither side can see the other?
I believe that is correct.
Let us withdraw our movement dice. At the beginning of the next round, you hear communications open, and a very dry, feminine voice says, "So, you are the crows, Quiaf."
Yes,
So
we are.
you are the clanners, Quiaf.
You have come a long way to die.
You've come a short way to die.
Let's roll.
Got her good.
I believe Huntress is a little bit further away, but you know, whatever.
Let's roll, Sid.
Oh, sorry.
Put your dice on the table. Yeah, you win.
Okay.
Oh.
Enemy commander, I don't suppose there's any chance you'd care to, oh, I don't know, surprise everyone and just surrender now.
You speak for a few moments, and then you realize that they cut communications at some point. They're still
I must have gotten really good at
communicating
my
with.
comeback.
They're still communicating with each other on an encrypted channel, but they have cut external. Hailing frequencies are not open, Lieutenant Colonel.
I don't know if I could like kind of hack into their encrypted channel.
I would allow you to make a roll.
Hack the planet.
Hack the planet!
I
That would be
mean,
my role.
they're using rotating 512-bit quantum key encryption hash
key algorithms. are not
yeah.
secure, so-
And you
They're
need a blockchain in order to integrate the.
Oh wait, no, I got a clan communicator.
Okay, having a clan
right.
cell phone does not allow you.
Fair enough. I don't know if it would help at all. That's just fair.
Bandito, don't forget to load up your Monero miner.
Whenever he starts up his Mac, he has to pay 1 Bitcoin in order to get it moving.
So 7 plus, I don't know what the roll needed was.
There's one for security systems, I believe, and it is called.
It is computers, so
Yep.
I got a 12.
No, that is not enough to break into an encrypted line.
Okay, that's fine.
I mean, they don't use like WhatsApp for all their official communication, so you can't just get that over the cell
Yeah,
phone.
sorry, no, they're not several
not-
advisors to the president of the United
So
States.
it's not like the real military, is what you're saying.
Yeah. Do they actually use WhatsApp?
Yeah,
I feel like I just learned something really horrifying.
Yeah.
I've heard that WhatsApp is fairly secure, but I've also heard it's also not secure. So
That's one of the reasons we sometimes
all
use it for
relative.
certain operations. What's the other one? WhatsApp and
the most secure messenger, IRC,
yeah.
It's a Voxer.
carrier
That'd be,
pigeon,
There's Wicker Me.
No,
writing everything onto
Voxer?
a
my
terabyte
phone?
drive and then driving it to the next base and plugging it in.
Where's my phone? I was like, yeah, I use
there's
my phone on
Zoom.
personal secret missions. Don't worry about it.
All right, it's your guys is starting to make a move here.
I'll make a move.
Yeah.
I'll jump over here.
Sorry, I don't use encrypted messengers yet, I guess. Now that I'm just realizing that maybe I'm actually super paranoid. Just so that you're clear, I'm pretty sure
You should not
maybe
be
you
able
might
to.
be able to be seen.
Oh, Group Me. That's the other one. I don't think we use that one as much. So.
I would argue that the Black Hawk currently up there possibly could, but that's no worry.
Why does it keep defaulting to the other?
Oh,
Yeah, it keeps
goodness.
defaulting and like snapping to the left.
Oh, I don't like that. They do. Oh, goodness.
No. Ew.
Yeah, it's doing it too.
All right, I'd say based on this angle, you're definitely visible, but undercover. Oh no, you're not undercover because you don't have anything in front of you. Yeah, you're 100% visible to that Blackhawk.
That's.
All right, I just want you to be aware of that.
Yeah,
It
I'm
means
fine with
no worries for the rest of your days. It's a
that. That
problem
Black
for
Hawk
you.
is more than likely way out of range. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, that Black Hawk is.
Blackhawk can see him.
Yeah, I got 19 hexes for my read, so yes, you're correct. It is currently out of range. Okay.
I got 18 hexes actually.
Thank you.
Oh, copyright.
Who knows how copyright works anymore? Just
It's a mystery.
gonna go ask Susie Lou or whatever her name is, but I haven't actually watched any of the controversy about that, so I don't know what that's about. I just heard SidAlpha do drive-by rants about it on Rachel's channel.
Wait, drive by rants about what?
Susie Lou.
Oh, Susie Lou.
Yeah, like I saw you appear on my screen, and I was like, well, I was lurking, and now I'm cranking the volume up. Sid's like, I have checked out this issue thoroughly, and it is a copyright issue. Something else. And I was like, wow, SidAlpha drive-by. Okay, now he's gone.
Yep.
Speaking of being gone,
That's what I do.
my turn is gone, and it is now your turn to roll. Busting a move. B. So your choice then.
That is my choice then.
This is the life you've chosen. Fuck. Son of. Wow, these tall columns really just throw the thingy off, huh?
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can fix that snapping thing it's doing by clicking, going to your ruler and then or line, then clicking ruler mode to free.
I see.
So that should Seems to fix it.
Fine. Choosing what?
Going over to the third little circle.
Auto. Switching to free. Okay.
Yeah. And
Alright.
it'll work like it used to.
Sure. You guys are up.
Okay. Oh, the rhino came into play. Oh no, the rhino came into play.
Man, I'm gonna jump in that square right beside you, so I don't want to block it if you're gonna be walking through it.
Which one?
The one that said just left.
Okay, no, you can go there if you want. I'm gonna be jumping.
Just wanted to make sure I didn't get in your spot.
Nope.
Well, in your way.
You guys made your move?
Mm-hmm.
So sorry, who moved? I haven't seen any.
Cotton moved.
I moved.
I didn't see a movement dice. Okay.
That's because I lost my movement dice.
I see.
I'll get a new one.
Five.
It's like one hex.
Very well. I believe it is your turn to roll, Raddosaurus. Heard that you've got the perfect warlock. Your weapons and supplies.
All right, I moved.
I don't know. Did you make a mistake here, Pondo?
Yeah, I'm thinking he did.
Look, I understand those Novas can't hit you from this range, but
I am worried about the stone rhino.
you should.
But again,
I mean, I'd be worried about a stone rhino if I had a stone rhino show up. I mean, I'm shooting first in the shooting turn, so let's get started with that.
it's fine.
I got 3, 4, and I've got the jump jet ability, so I only have a +1 for jump jetting. So I'm at 4.
I jump, so it's at a 7.
And
Right, is that it? It's at a 6. Because I only got 2 modifier. And you're 16 hexes away from
Alright,
me,
so
so
it's
you'll be
long.
long range for both your
alright,
large
I'll
pulse.
file 10 on Gauss rifles. No reason to get toasty. Well, I suppose I could fire 1 large pulse and not generate any heat. Sure. 10, 10, 10. We're going Gauss, pulse.
Pulse will be at a 8.
Sure. Nope, those are garbage. Nope, all misses.
Oh,
Two cannonballs the size of cantaloupes, accelerated at a significant fraction of the speed of light, soar towards you, made of ferrous nickel alloy or some such nonsense. How many shots do I have left? I have 24 ammo and I used 2, so I have 11 shots left. Oh, that's right, we have this new way of doing things. Awful. Ugh.
What?
The tools. 22 Gauss rounds.
Okay, I can take a pot shot at somebody with the ER large laser. I don't know who. Let's see here. They only have modifier 1 each. 3, 4, 5. 6.
So they might only have 1 modifier, but they also have cover.
Right, that's what I was thinking. I was
Yes.
trying to figure out what the shot number is. Start at 3. I jumped for 4 because I have jumping jack. They each have 1 jump for 5. It'll be long range regardless, so it'd be 7, but the Blackhawks would be 8. That 8 damage would matter more on the Blackhawks than really the others, than the Rhino. Let's shoot the Rhino. Needing a 7. That'll hit. That'll hit. Right arm. He's forward arc?
For how much?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
8 damage.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Dig that. Then the rhino opens fire.
2 large
that.
craters.
Yeah.
It's like, suddenly 2 large craters appear beside him. Oh,
As we withdraw our movement dice, we cut to a live television interview being done by Silverwing Raven Media Corporation, and it is of a Buddhist priest who is standing in front of the mech bay going, "Yes, when I listen to Sleemao, it reminds me of the Buddha Sutras on suffering, that it both exists and does not exist. Sleemao
and it causes suffering.
is a holy gateway given to us by the Buddha to consider the nature of suffering, and I would suggest that all loyal adherents listen to it and think about the nature of suffering, that it is both true and false, real and not real, felt and intangible." In the background, what started as Billy Wyndham Williamson IV being like, "Yeah, he's about to say nice stuff about Sleemao," is like, this dude's talking shit about me.
he was at least right about the suffering part.
Oh yeah, he was very right about the suffering.
Listen, what I love is that Sleemao is very popular among the audience, but the whole cast hates it. We've never even heard Sleemao music in actuality.
You described it once and it sounded terrible.
The industrial sounds of a mech bay, combined with rap.
Again.
Yes. 12 initiative.
I forgot about the
Two of
whole
those things
initiative
can
thing
exist
again.
together at once, but not all 3 at the same time.
I'm gonna reroll that.
And I got snake eyes.
Good. I got him. Yes, you can put that towards your snake eyes tracker.
Is that your reroll?
That is his reroll.
Yeah.
How many snake eyes do you have left?
Let's.
I don't know what I'm doing with my head here. I'm trying to be sarcastic, but it's not working.
Yeah.
What does smug gloating look like? I don't remember anymore.
That
Like that.
Are you doing the Billy laugh? Was that
No,
your
it's-
version of it?
That was the last one.
Billy's more
now
of
I have the I have the snake eyes.
Smug is more of like
filled. I do have the snake eyes slot filled.
Incredible.
excellent.
Nice.
You can now re-roll those.
You could re-roll your re-rolls.
I don't think you can reroll.
No,
your
you can only
rerolls.
reroll once.
I
But
think
now,
I'll let you re-roll any
but
die,
now
or-
for the rest of the battle, you are jinxed now and forever. And once per game, you can reroll 1 die of a 2 result. Doesn't let you reroll both die. It lets you roll 1. Now, when you hit 25, you can treat Snake Eyes as if they were a 12. And for you, Sid, that will be godly. I also want to
We'll
mention
never roll snake eyes again after that. You know that.
in
It's
the
only a
in
matter of
between
time.
between season 4 and 5, I offered to run Modifius's Star Trek Adventures, and in that system, you roll 2d20 and you take the low results as good. You want to
Yeah,
roll
but you
under
know
your
that I would-
skill.
Yeah,
See,
but you know that I would end up rolling high in that scenario.
I don't believe you. SidAlpha,
believe-
in the last episode of Warhammer, I trusted in you to make a roll, and you made the roll. It took a re-roll, but then you still made it. Look,
What
we
was the
all make
roll?
re-rolls.
It took a reroll.
It was the theater production roll.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, we needed like a 20 or something very low.
I think it was a 40.
It was really low,
Yeah.
considering how much I was banking on that working.
That was pretty hilarious.
I suppose it is up for all of you to go first, please.
I'll go first.
Oh, and remove your movement dice, because otherwise I'm gonna get confused.
Jump
What would be
right
a
up. Yeah.
good
Ooh.
spot?
Good. Still hidden.
Do I take my chances again? Half me wants to say
I love the
yes.
idea of a timber wolf constantly jumping. I bet that thing looks majestic and amazing when it's jumping. You know, because the legs would
The
like
nose-
dangle
the nose
down.
slightly arched up in the air.
Yeah, you know.
I think chicken walkers would look awkward.
I think
Jumping.
human look awkward. What I have to say about that?
I mean,
When the crab jumps, it tucks its legs in like a flying bird. They come up real close underneath its
I'd
giant
imagine it look
floating
more
platform.
like a flying saucer at that point.
Yeah, exactly.
Does that thing have jump jets?
Hell yeah, boy.
All our stuff is jump sets.
Didn't you know?
Holy shit. No.
We've had several seasons where like we need to all get jump jets. We need to all get jump jets. We never really got to manage it. This season we somehow did it by cheers. Like we like jump jets. They are handy to have.
Really shocked that you guys don't have tag right now. But
I didn't feel like taking it.
but I don't feel like taking my turn because I'm already done. That was not as
Suppose I
sappy as I was
could've
hoping.
Swapped out something for a tag launcher.
So
I
it's
had
like
an
I now
extra-
have 4 tags just to make sure I don't miss.
Don't we not
That's
have
stupid.
access to artillery this fight?
That's
We
correct.
have
Okay.
You
long
would
time.
have access to tag, but you don't have any air force,
Right.
but you don't have any tags.
Right.
and they could probably use it more than we could.
You know, I thought about that, and I was like, Arrow 4 missile not going to, like, the odds of hitting an elemental are going to be very small. But then I remembered that it
They have
has a
splash
wide
damage.
area explosive and would instantly kill an elemental. So actually, they're probably highly effective against elementals. They're going to kill whole points of them all at one go.
I moved.
Okay. Hmm. Have any forward-facing options? Or, huh? You guys are up.
You can go.
This is Pondo trying to figure out how to get out of the shitfest he's currently in.
I mean, I can easily get out. It's whether if I want to stay
You're just
in.
gonna moonwalk backwards.
I can-
Jump right out of the situation.
There's many spots where I can jump out of. I'm trying to think if I want to stay in.
Who moved? King Crab?
I already moved. Yeah.
I
Okay.
moved.
Well, considering you're going to be taking fire from multiple mechs if you stay in a actionable position, it might not be the best idea.
Okay, well that's less tempting now.
Why? I mean, it can still hit the position you're currently at.
Yeah, I know it's less tempting for me.
Okay.
If that rhino had stayed like open, I would have considered just staying out in the open to
Interesting.
take pot shots at it.
Wow. That's a incredible position to take. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
It's 15 hexes. I already counted it.
15 away.
Yeah.
Yeah. What you want to do, G? Time to shoot. You get to shoot first. Did we skip Pondo
I
somehow?
haven't moved yet.
Well, go
Yeah,
ahead
I
and
haven't
move.
moved yet.
I mean, you should have moved before I did.
I
Yes.
don't know.
Taking one step back.
No, I hadn't moved yet. I want to move here. In there? Yeah. Okay.
You're sure?
Am I? I should be blocked if I.
Not from
am
this guy.
incorrect. If I am incorrect, then I'll move somewhere
Yeah, you're
else.
definitely correct. This Nova can 100% see you. I mean, I don't know that it can reach you, but it can definitely see you.
The Nova?
Or whatever's right here. What is right here?
The
Nova Cat. Sorry, it's a Nova Cat. That's right. I purposely swapped them around so I wouldn't have to suffer your long-range bullshit this round.
I only have a large laser. You have much more long-range bullshit. than I
Well,
do.
look, when it was a Nova instead of a Nova Cat, you could hit me, but I couldn't hit you, and I was like, I will not suffer this tyranny. Okay? I will not suffer this. Man should not be forced to accept fire that he cannot return upon. That is why every home should be given access to an intercontinental ballistic missile.
I mean,
That goes 5 feet.
yeah,
at the very least, it
well
needs to
within
be-
range of I think all of your mechs, and you're out of range of me. So
I don't think anybody can see you.
yeah, that's because I'm not stupid.
Why isn't Pondo
But
spotting
if
for
I were out
Sid?
in the open, you could just unload fire.
He doesn't
on me.
have
I couldn't do
LRMs.
anything about it.
Oh, you don't have LRMs because you're not a normal Mad Cat. Okay,
No, he's the Murder 6 special.
gotcha.
That
decided to
Ultra
put it-
AC-20. Instead of a giant missile pack on his shoulder, there's just a huge
giant
fucking cannon. It looks like a hunchback with better arms.
If he had LRMs, I'd be tempted to just stay out and spot.
Ooh, a catapult hunchback variation. What would we call that? Hunched cat? Catback?
Cat a
That's
hunch.
what we call a marauder
Catback sounds terrible.
with arms. Because that's what a marauder is. It just has a cannon.
Marauder
on the
doesn't
shoulder.
have a cannon on the shoulder.
Yes, it does.
No, it has like big cooling fins up there. Are those really cannons? I thought the cannons were in the arms.
No, it has a Gauss rifle on its top shoulder.
I mean, a Gauss rifle is not the same as an autocannon.
The regular marauder has an autocannon on the shoulder.
It's true, they're pretty big guns.
I
Like
always
in a
assumed that an autocannon looked like a giant fucking barrel that shoots millions of bullets.
Yes.
Not one long barreled gun. I don't know. Just like PPC's autocannons have looked very different in every video game.
It varies in size.
In Mech Commander, it's literally just one bullet.
Yeah.
It's just one giant bullet. Ah, but they had the best PPCs and the best PPC noises. Chow. All right, I believe that we've got no viable targets.
I should be out of sight.
Then let us withdraw our movement dice. I'm going to trust that you're out of sight. If you're not,
I-
James will tell me that I should murder you.
I'm
murder
standing
you.
right behind this edge, but
I'll tell you what, you're standing behind a pile of pain.
I mean, possibly. It's coming here soon.
Run from it. Hide. Inevitable. Yeah, this thing should be blocking for you. Level 3. Well, okay.
What I should have done
Let's roll,
is
Sid.
jumped over to the other side instead.
Mm-hmm.
But I
Who
didn't
knew
do
that
that.
Thanos would be such a good meme? All right.
15.
Looks like I'm going first this round.
I feel like if the clanners ever bother to open up their external comms, all they hear is just Harridan just carrying on and ranting about how rude it is to turn off your communications. And
We do it all the time.
They probably did it so they could talk smack about you.
We do that on communications. I don't know why I have to bother turning off.
The
Some
Nova,
people aren't as rude as we are.
Nova Cat and Stone Rhino will both hold position, unmoving.
That's not great.
that's not great at all.
They're
When can we
po-
call in long toms?
posted right where they want to be.
Yeah, when can we call in long time?
Anytime you want.
Oh, well. Okay.
I feel like we should call in a long time stream.
In the
pretty
in
sure
the
she called him
words of the ancient poets, what better place than here? What better time than now? All right, so battlefield support, you use it.
Are we
assigning
doing the
damage
regular
grouping.
way?
Yes,
not the...
I mean, that's a great question. I know Rad had indicated he wanted to switch back to the old way of pounding the shit out of people with really significant artillery pieces, instead of calling in field support that doesn't do a lot of damage.
I don't remember exactly the context, but I do vaguely remember.
That's how we did the tag. I know that much.
I mean, so it should be noted that if you call in artillery in the artillery hits for a lot of damage version, it is going to take a number of rounds to arrive because you're across a continent.
Didn't they take the long toms with them?
Oh, you're right. They did take the long toms with them.
They're not that
Well,
far
then
away.
the long toms are currently engaged in a fight with a bunch of elementals.
Oh, okay.
That seems like a terrible fight for a long time to be in.
It really does, yeah.
But if they hit, it's a lot of dead elementals.
They hit.
You know how it is. You know, you get the back end of the gun up so it's facing forward.
Oh god, that's terrifying.
If they hit, then they'll just take out one elemental because that's how that works.
No, they explode. I see what you did there.
They'll do exactly 4 damage.
And they do
Wow.
exactly 4 damage.
My first experience with artillery as a RTS player was in a game called Ground Control, and it was so awesome that I basically planned all of my strategies around using artillery, which really slowed me up at the end of the game, but it was still awesome using artillery perfectly. It took so long for it to arrive, though. If you haven't played Ground Control, I'd suggest that you do at some point, but it doesn't work on Windows 10, so...
Lame. VirtualBox.
I suppose that's true. And now you can open Windows 95 in your web browser.
Really?
Yeah. You go to, I think it's just called Windows 95 in your web browser.com, but has anyone moved?
That's amazing.
Yes. Or did Sid just jump here? No, that feels like that was last
No,
round.
I haven't moved yet.
All right, then let's take our movement dice away, because then I get confused. So choose the form of
you
your...
said
I'll go ahead and move.
Okay. Ah, took my spot, I see.
Are you hidden there? I guess you are.
I should be. If I'm not, I will
Totally
not
hidden.
go there.
You are hidden for now.
There's currently 2 things that have scary weapons that are standing still.
Mhm.
That was my thing.
I mean, there's a lot of things with scary weapons.
Yes,
Nope.
but those are 2 things with weapons that can just headshot me and take me out. And that's my Achilles heel in this game.
Novacat Prime is holding position.
Getting killed? Yeah, that's my Achilles heel too.
Loss of blood, my only weakness.
I'll move next.
No, it's clan weapons with 15 damage plus.
Clan heavy lasers.
Huge guns that kill me, my only weakness.
I remember there was a novel where they were like, it was a mad cat with a heavy laser. We'd never seen it before. It was an elemental killing weapon. The Timberwolf was positioned in the fountain, so we blew the side of the fountain off. And I'm like, either that has to be the deepest fountain in existence, or 3 feet of water is not going to cool off a mad cat. But as soon as they blew up the fountain, the mad cat exploded in a molten lava from firing a heavy laser. Because Hell's horses are apparently very dumb. What book was that? It's probably the Jake Kabrinsky. I didn't move your piece. Who is moving here?
You're moving. Cotton moved.
Oh, Cotton moved? Okay.
Yeah.
Is that the end of the movement rounds when we fire off artillery?
Yes.
Okay.
Blackhawk is going to hold position. I mean, we haven't decided how we want to fire artillery. Are we firing at the old style, big things, but it takes a while? Or are we doing new style? It does less damage, but it arrives much faster.
I'd say old style.
Okay.
Second that.
Because old style matters more. Because the new style is, it just hits automatically.
Yes.
That's it. Which does not insensitize them to move, so to speak. Oh, you got a conga line behind me, Sid?
Yeah.
You're gonna do that thing where he's not allowed to go backwards, pushing him forward. Oh yeah, you're the officer shouting forward,
No retreat.
pushing a line
Never
of
give up.
peasants with
Never
wooden
surrender.
shields. The Black Hawk 2 will hope it. Yeah, that
That would be
Rad
rad.
left.
Not
Nothing
quite as
like
fast as you guys.
hour-long combat maneuvering.
Whee, bonk.
You gotta be careful.
How many
outrange
artillery
us.
would you like to call in?
All of them.
I mean, there's 4 of them. If you're using them, then that means that the other group is not using them.
They at least have tag.
Yes, they do.
Aren't they also? Yeah, they're using the arrows, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, they're using everything because they're men with rifles versus dudes in power armor. I've got some spotter tags here. Please place them where you would like.
Yes.
They
think
will
one-
arrive at the beginning of, or at the end of the next movement round.
Say here. Here.
all 4?
Huh?
You using all 4?
I want them to move.
Oh, I would drop a couple of them behind them. We don't want them to go backwards. We want them to come over the hill towards us.
So like right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really don't care about the Nova Cats at the moment, to be honest.
If you drop one down low, Arthur, will it splash to up high? Does that make sense?
If it
No, not if it's they'd be in cover from it at
it
that
has
position.
a chance to deviate over to there.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, I would put them down. I think where you got it is good.
Okay.
All right.
Don't
Now we
stay
can see
there,
each other.
leave.
Roll. The next tactics round. Well, Sid's gone.
Of course he's gone.
All right, Sid's back.
Now he's back.
Sorry. Just didn't want anyone to see me blow him the nose.
Sure, sure.
Oh, I wanted to see that.
Why?
I have a 10.
Don't judge.
10 work.
Good question. Yes, I rolled snake
Yes.
eyes. All right, I'm gonna mark my snake
Yeah, give
eyes.
yourself a medal for that.
Coward is fleeing.
Oh, wait a sec. I can't move. Sorry. Can't move to my own map edge without retreating.
Mm-hmm.
That works. These things got like 4 range, 5 range.
All right, Sid. How bold are we feeling right now?
Okay, you guys are up.
What's the range on Rad's weapons?
I think like 12.
All of them. It's all the range.
I mean, you've got the UAC 10s, which have a range of 18.
Yeah, but I always go by the medium range because that's where that's where they start to get effective. It's like I have a pretty good kill zone of about 12 hexes.
Just wait until you get to that Jihad arrow weaponry that does different damage depending on what range it's at.
I'll never have to wait that long because I'll never get there.
I absolutely hate the later technology range. Alright, I unplugged my headset by
Heavy
accident.
Gauss. Actually, you have that now because heavy Gauss rifles.
I didn't hear any of that.
You have that now with heavy Gauss rifles.
I mean, I don't think heavy Gauss rifles exist yet, but yes, heavy Gauss
think they
rifles
do.
is one of the many shitty options. So who's moving and what are they doing? I see a die over there. Did somebody move or have people just not remove their movement dice?
I don't think if any of us moved yet.
Okay, well then let's pull these dice away so that mine eyes do not deceive me.
So we have gotten a couple of them to duck back. So if you wanted to close,
Nothing yet.
this is a quasi opportunity. But as far as I know, that rhino is still peeking over the top, right?
They
Correct.
are. The
not a
rhino
great-
is. The Nova Cat isn't.
Not a great opportunity.
The one Nova Cat did jump out though,
I mean, we're not really following our own strategy. I don't know why we're trying to close on them.
because they're not going to close on us.
Well,
This is Black Hawk Down, and someone's going, "Fuck you, come to me," and they go, "Fuck you, come to us."
all right. Well, I mean, I'm patient. I'll sit here 3 or 4 days before I.
So it is Black Hawk Down, then. Okay.
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
Rad shows up out of the jungle bush with a boar. He goes, "This is my safety."
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really feel any overwhelming need to break cover right now.
No, I really don't think that's a great idea.
So I'm going to move by not moving.
Okay.
I mean, run at them because they're not going to run at us is not a very tactically sound plan.
You all are up.
I'll move.
I cannot.
Oh my god, you walked? You ran? You
I ran.
You physically moved your mech? I am
Yeah.
shocked.
Can I try to open comms with the?
Yes. You were ignored.
Okay. Fair enough.
Okay. You guys are up.
Can
Oh,
any of them
Rhino
see
move?
me?
You right now?
Yeah.
I don't believe so.
Nope.
That might not be true, actually. The Blackhawks might have a perfect line on you. It does seem as if the Blackhawks would have a completely obvious line on both you and Cotton. Yeah, there is no two height obstruction to cut the two of you off.
How high up can they shoot? Like,
As high as, as high as they went.
As long as they're not like right next to it, I think.
I thought we did that one battle where we couldn't shoot James because he was up high.
Correct.
like if I was,
but
if I was
you're-
right here, could they shoot me?
Yes, but you would be in cover.
Really, with these two things in front of me, they could still shoot up and over that. And hit
Yes,
me here?
because you are one height over the level 7, right? I'm trying to ping it, but it's not working.
I mean,
The elevation deal, like
Stupid.
sightline's not 100% in this game. If you were there, they can still see you because you're
Yes.
technically two levels high.
You're
not
2 levels
one.
higher than the thing that's in front of you.
dumb.
Well,
Okay,
It doesn't make sense
doesn't make sense at all.
on this path, though, because there's that one little higher right in the middle.
Yes, but that's still the king crab is still higher than that obstruction. This level 4 is not higher than his level 5 king crab.
Gotcha.
Like the weird deal with the forests. All the forests that might be between you and them might not matter if they're one level above that.
Listen, chat, YouTube comments, correct me if I'm wrong, jump in here with some page numbers, but I actually feel like after having watched a 10-minute video on this, I might, I might actually be correct on this one thing.
Which of those guys haven't moved yet? The cats?
The Nova Cat.
Okay.
Nova Cat Prime.
I don't think anybody can shoot me if I move here.
You have a 2-level obstruction blocking you in every direction. Seems like it. The question was about line of sight. Too late, James.
James.
Yes, I believe that canyon is blocking line of sight out.
Okay, then I move there.
Obviously.
What's the situation?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Why were we unable to shoot James on that sloping map then?
I think he was probably up against something.
Oh, he was like on top of something, and you couldn't shoot up.
I mean, was it a range issue? Because he had a 25 hex range with a lot of those Timberwolves.
I don't think so, because my Marauder has a 23 hex range. So it would have been a similar range.
I mean,
I'm confused because I thought you mentioned
that was
not
literally
shooting
a
up.
year and a half ago, so I don't know.
That's fair.
I apologize, but I don't know what dark magic James used.
That's completely fair. I was just under the impression we couldn't shoot like up anymore for this whole year.
You can, definitely. All right, so you guys have one person left?
Yes, it's me, and I'm wondering if I am able to play chicken or not. If I jump into this hex here, would I be...
Oh my god! Are you... Oh, please. Please, Governor, continue.
Would I be in line of sight of the rhino?
No. There's this blocking.
What about this Nova Cat?
Yes, and yes, and yes, and yes.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is...
James is confirming in chat that my ruling was in fact correct. You need to have a 2 hex higher blocking line of sight. You're not going to suicide there, right? Like, for real, that would be a terrible idea. Bond was like, I'm actually not attached to my character anymore.
Yeah, I'd be a medium range for both those guys. Just whether they feel like melting themselves or not would be the question.
You're asking if a mech called the Nova is willing to...
Yeah, neither the clans nor Arthur have ever shown any great distaste for racking up the heat in order to kill one of us.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I'm the Jenner kill champion of the world. No one has blown up more Jenners on their own team than me.
This is what I might do here. Would the Stone Rhino be able to see me if I got there?
If you got there or if it got there?
I got there.
Yes, absolutely.
With the Nova Cat.
And the Nova Cat.
And the
other Nova Cat.
Right. Well, I guess...
Their fields of fire are overlapping as if they're working in a team to bait you into a location where it would be disadvantageous for you to do the thing you want to do. Yeah, I know.
Sounds
I mean, look at it from the other direction. You all are doing the same thing.
I'm just going to go here.
You're going to take one step back so that they don't hit. Sure, but one step back from Pound Town.
Yeah.
Okay. I only need to worry about one of these artilleries drifting, and it doesn't. So the hill explodes in a column of fire as 4 units of artillery hit.
Doesn't explode fast enough. Needs more fire.
They explode in such perfect syncopation, it sounds like Darude's sandstorm. Do you want to fire another 4 rounds of artillery?
Absolutely.
So yeah, keep it coming. Like, they can't be doing that much good against the elementals, so just keep swinging them our way.
Make sure they don't. I want to go backwards.
I feel like we built a lot of our battalion around fire support, and let's use it like there's no tomorrow. That's my
We
opinion.
literally have not been using long toms.
Yeah, for like
the majority
a
of the time.
season. Yeah.
All right, let's remove our movement dice.
We've got way too much ammo. We need to get rid of some of it.
That's right. We don't want to carry all this stuff back. You don't ever want to check ammo back in. Okay.
Right.
It's
I
just,
can shoot them. Blackhawk, if you can
Yes, you
shoot
can.
me.
Oh, that's right. The Blackhawks can shoot you as well. Yes.
One of them can. I counted 15 from that one.
Yeah, the front one can, the back one
Sure.
cannot.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
My bad. I'm
I
gonna
also
leave it.
dropped my movement dice into the mountain. I'm so sorry.
Completely unacceptable.
Let's shake the table. Maybe it'll come out.
No, don't do that. What is your movement modifier?
+2.
3. That is awesome. Okay, so this is Nova 1. Nova 1 is a 3-4 pilot. He jumped for 6. 10, 12. 12, huh? How many
Sounds
of
like
these
a
can I
perfect opportunity to
off?
fire all 12 medium lasers.
I'm gonna fire 6 medium lasers so I don't build any heat.
Oh, okay.
Double 6s.
I mean, even if you have that many lasers, there's a good chance you'll hit.
Not on 6 lasers. Looking for a 1 in 36 chance.
I mean,
5, 6.
you gotta take in your own personal luck in there, too. Wait, did you miss them all?
Yeah, of course
Oh,
I
my
did.
bad.
The odds, the chances of hitting a 1 in 36 on 6 hits is really not that high, and it's not 1/6. Chat, don't say that, or I'll die. I'll literally explode in rage. Not how statistical math works. Use what's it called? I was gonna say the Bernoulli principle. But that's not what it's called, or is it? Shit. I thought Bernoulli principle had to do with water. Not 6 and 30. Oh my god, it's not 6 and 36. No! Stop! That's not correct.
actually, the Bernoulli pencil, it's commonly related to flight, but it's the original experience was with fluid pressure.
Yeah, but, well, I mean, the flight works because it's oxygen acts as a fluid.
Right.
That's true. It is 1 in 36 to the 6th chance.
Repeating, of course.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Do not remember the name of the calculation that you have to do with these things, but it has a specific name and a very complex formula. Well, not that complex, really. All right, Cotton, it's time for you to shoot back.
I think I'm shooting at a 10 because he's in medium range of my Gauss rifle. Yes. I started at 3 +2 for running, and then he's got a +3, right?
Yes.
All right, then I'm gonna
Plus-
shoot my plus what?
I was gonna say plus range, but then I realized you'd already said it.
Yep. No, you mathed.
I'll shoot my 2 PPCs at him too, but they'll be 12s to hit.
Sure.
So the Gauss rifles first, and that missed. Then first PPC also missed, and the second PPC also missed. And I'll leave it there as misses. It's my turn.
This is really bothering me. I cannot remember what it's called.
What's called?
Is it No, it's not distribution. I literally cannot remember the principle that you use in order to calculate the chance of an event happening after repeating it multiple times. Like, what are the odds of getting a success on a coin flip after you flip it 5 times? I'm not looking for the Bernoulli principle, guys. Thank you, though. I definitely know how that works. I can't remember this. God, I had a whole semester course on it. real pain in the ass. I don't know. It's definitely not called hypergeometric. All right. I said, you want to just go ahead and win initiative real quick? Maybe.
Oh, you needed me to
yeah, no,
win
please.
initiative yet?
Yeah, you win.
There we go.
Anything but double ones would have won. And even double ones wouldn't have been that bad.
Is it the equip probability space?
I don't think so.
Okay. That's the only thing Google gave me, so I don't know. I could have Googled the wrong thing as well.
I'm not going to look this up while I'm streaming. It's going to bother me the whole rest of the day, though. Let me remove my movement dice. I mean, I've had to use these calculators before for mobile game gotchas. That's how dedicated I am to the mathematics.
You don't have. You don't have favorited?
I don't.
That's a shame.
You're a shame.
You're correct.
Mm-hmm.
I brought dishonor to my family.
I don't think that's true.
That's not true.
Yeah, I didn't think it was. Gonna walk down to Electric Avenue. A, the one that cannot jump. If then I'm gonna walk it if I don't have to. No, I want to move the one that can't jump. This 3 hex drop? No, it's 2. Okay, so 1, 2, 3.
Binomial distribution.
My god, that might be what it's called. Binomial distribution calculator. And that does sound like Bernoulli, which is why I think it might be correct. Yes, thank you, Sid. That is exactly what I'm looking for. The binomial distribution.
It's like I remember
About binomial
dealing with
theorem,
that
I'm
in school.
teaming with a lot of news. No, it's about Pythagorean theorem. I'm teaming with a lot of news about the very simple news of the square of the hypotenuse. All right. I mean, we were looking for probability. That's okay. So that's a run of 0, and that puts me out of artillery range. Everything. Your turn. And I hope you've removed your movement dice. Yeah. Except for Cotton, who dropped into the mountain, never to be seen again.
Sorry.
Just like the One Ring.
I think it's over here.
It'll never come back up again, that One Ring. It'll be lost to all history.
It is lost all
That
history.
could be the jump dice I lost at the beginning, though. I'm gonna take it as mine now.
I mean, it's a digital die. It's like an ultra rare item in CS:GO. You can just generate a new one.
No, some dice are luckier than other dice.
Yeah, I just copy paste all my rare knife skins.
I mean, if you're the developer.
Nah, bro, I'm on CSGO. I've started a CSGO knife lottery.
Oh, you mean the regular loot boxes from CS:GO?
No, you don't remember that? When people were like, yeah, bro, I'm running a CSGO knife lottery. And then they were like,
I do remember that.
oh boy, I made $10,000 scamming children. Oh shit, I probably shouldn't have just said that out loud while being recorded.
Yeah.
Can it be seen from here?
You have 2 hex from a lot of directions. You would be able to be seen by something over here. So currently, no.
Okay, I'm good with that. That'll be my movement. They can shoot at me in the unlikely scenario that they want to jump up there and risk that artillery strike.
Listen, I want to just follow up with the folks at home. I don't want to call it Bernoulli principle again. Binomial calculators on the internet can help you determine the odds of gotcha draws, just in case you're playing mobile games like that.
Speaking of gambling,
Only gambling if you're addicted.
there's
I think gambling is illegal here, but we're allowed to win money based on skill games. So we have a lot of non-gambling skill game casinos.
slot machines.
Slot
They're
machines.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't do. I'm sorry. I guess there might be some measure of skill involved in a slot machine. That only. No, no.
Yeah, they just call it a skill game in the old slot machines.
Yeah.
It's virtual is the main thing. Is how they're getting away with it.
Please, friends, your turn. I got nothing.
I'd say it's skill insofar as emotional endurance is a skill. How long you can
that's-
pump money
yeah.
into a machine.
And how much money you have left in your bank account.
Listen,
Yeah,
I don't know if
pretty
you've ever been on one of those cruise casino floors, but it is like walking into a parlor of death.
I was gonna say like a pit of sweaty desperation.
Yes, it reeks of desperation and old age, for sure. I mean, all the casinos I've been to. I actually stayed in the Trump Tower in Atlantic City, and that was walking to my hotel room was horrifying. Also, you had to pay $25 a night for Wi-Fi.
Jesus
Now I know where the president makes all this money, you motherfucker.
Oh, jeez.
Sid, what would you like to do?
I stayed there for a whole week too, while I was waiting for my apartment to become available.
Good lord.
It was terrible.
What would I like to do?
That's what I was asking. Because I'm tempted to go here.
I'll move by not moving.
Oh, okay. Gonna wait out another turn?
As long as we're raining artillery and shifting them away from a hill, I feel like there's no rush.
Well, the only one able to shoot me is the Novacat if I go... Huh? I'll wait till you make your turn.
Every hex closer is good for me.
Actually, I had a fun thought. I'm gonna slap my Zelbriggen button.
Your Zelbriggen broadcast is ignored.
Oh,
They're salty that their commanders keep getting killed.
dishonorable bastards!
From you, sir? From you? Is this the mouth just called the clans
Hey,
dishonorable?
I was gonna uphold the last time I got into a 1v1.
Yeah, I remember that. Right up until everyone else. Alright, it's your turn.
I'll just keep on smacking it just over and over.
No, I feel like he hits it in
Start doing little songs with it.
yeah, to the beat of Party Rock Anthem. Ba, 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 ba.
The Stone Lion be able to hit me from there?
Do you say Stone Lion or Stone Rhino? Because those are two
Stone
different
Lion.
things.
Or, yeah,
The-
Rhino. Yeah.
The ever
Stone Lion is something completely else.
Boy, if there's a stone lion lurking in the bushes somewhere.
I mean, Stone Lion is a whole different clan, and it's really
Yeah.
dumb.
Those look
Yeah,
like
actually a
wolves.
stone
Yes.
lion mech, because that sounds kind of cool.
I don't know if there's a Stone Lion mech, but there's definitely a Stone Lion clan.
So it is yes if I go there?
Yes, you will be
Okay.
shootable.
Shottable.
Shottable.
Scootable.
This patience game is killing
Scrutable.
me inside.
Good. Because I can do this all day.
I know you can.
Looking at the Stone Rhino and going, that's the clan's ass.
Cotton, I don't know if you what you want to do.
I don't know, I'm just kind of winging it right now. Do you know where you want to move yet?
Who, me?
Squirrel
Alrighty.
rats hasn't moved.
Oh, I already moved.
Are you wanting me to move? Is that
I'm
what
just
it
over here
was?
rocking
Yeah.
out the jams on my Zelbriggen button.
Okay.
Bep, 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 bep.
He accidentally starts tapping out a Sleemo song. Sleemo.
Oh, God.
Then he realizes later and is horrified.
Damn it, Williams.
So who's moving right now this turn?
I am looking for a spot to move.
I'll go ahead and go then. And it's gonna take the waiting game.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, the Nova Cat can fire at you.
Oh.
Maybe not. No, I think that maybe it can't because it's center of mech to center of mech and it passes through a wall. Yep.
Okay.
The waiting game is still on. It's not over yet. Don't trick me into saying the waiting game is over. The waiting game is not over, sir.
No, I said the waiting game continues.
That much is true.
Unless he was able to shoot me, because then I would totally attempt to shoot back.
All right, you guys get to move your final mech. I think you only have one left.
I guess I'll jump here.
Ooh. To the bottom one or the top one?
Right there? I don't think I can get to the bottom one.
No,
don't have
I
enough
mean, I
movement.
thought you were moving up here, but you have moved to the bottom area, which is very
Yeah, the
different.
bottom area. I'm just trying to catch up with everybody.
Okay, so this passes through this double hex. But this guy is still viewable, I believe.
Is he?
Yes.
Oh, dang it. I thought that was too high.
He's still long range.
You are at level 3, so you would need a level 5 obstruction between the two of you.
Okay. Well, that's about where I can go, though. Unless I jumped here, but then it would take me even longer to catch up for everybody else.
Yeah, you're gonna
Yeah.
be at the edge of long range, but he's still gonna be able to shoot you. I have to tell you though, a 50-ton
Oh, wait.
mech slugging it out with a 100-ton mech is not the best.
I'll just jump through. That's fine.
Okay. Your artillery misses. Would you like to fire it again?
That sounds like a silly question.
I mean, you know, I'm not
Yes.
just gonna let you fire this unendingly. They
Can
have
I
to
put the
reload
artillery
at
down?
some
I've never
point.
got to do that.
That's fine. You haven't told us they have to reload yet, so
That's correct. I haven't told you that yet. I don't know that we've ever fired artillery for this many rounds in a row before.
How many rounds can a long tom shoot before it has to reload?
Good question.
I thought it.
Tom's gonna long.
we're gonna find out.
How many times? How many times can a long tom?
Please, no.
I think one needs
I
to,
thought
don't
they
know.
just loaded like one shell at a time, so it was
I
like
believe so.
continuous fire.
one needs to go over here. Yeah.
Yes, but for gameplay purposes, at some point, I'm gonna have somebody be like, "Sir, we have to move."
The barrels are melting.
We could just play an entire game of the rest of you sitting back while we miss artillery shots all night for the clans, and
That
they
sounds-
jump. But that doesn't sound very fun.
Well, you're the GM, so that's really your responsibility if you just want to hang back and never fight. I mean,
You're the
in charge
players.
of the
It's
game.
also your responsibility if you want to hang
Someone-
back
Our
and never fight.
responsibility is to win.
Someone can review the long tom placement.
I thought Cotton was placing the long toms. How much tom could a long tom if a long con? Yeah, that didn't
Long
work.
Toms.
Cotton, is this where you want to put these long toms? Don't let Pondo tell you where to put them.
No, it's okay. I'm sure we'll shoot them again. I'll place them next.
No,
place them next time.
let's pick them up and you put them where you want to put them.
No, it's
Like
okay.
maybe you want to make like a flower or like a box around somebody, stack them all in
Get it.
one location, get in there and
It's
long
okay.
tom those. Okay,
I'll go next time.
not okay. It's not okay. This is unacceptable. Let's shoot at each other, I guess. That'll take my mind off of this unacceptableness. All right, so I've got cover and you don't, and I be shooting. Oh, I might not have cover because you're above me. That might be a thing.
I jumped this time.
Yes.
I think it's a.
So 3, 4, 5, 6. What's your jump modifier?
I am looking it up.
How many hexes did you go?
I went 3 hexes, so it's +2.
Okay, so I have a 12 to hit. I'm going to fire 6 lasers. No.
Lasers.
Nope. No, but very close. 4, no. 5, nope. 6, nope. Please take your turn.
I'm gonna fire enough lasers into the hillside
You warm it up.
to generate 4.
This is
4
rad.
heat.
You know,
I don't think you can.
He's stretching his shoulder.
I can
You
generate
have to
4
shoot the
heat.
ACs.
I'm not shooting the ACs. I can still generate up to 6 heat without shooting the ACs when you include the heat from my jump, but I'm not going to generate 6. I'm only going to generate 4.
Oh, okay.
I have 10 and 2 12s.
Sounds like someone's over
That
here
was
playing
first.
chess with Matt with heat.
Actually, I want to use lucky to reroll this dice
Sure.
and hopefully get a 5. Nope.
Result
PC?
5.
Any other PPC. Alright, that's all.
Well, that turned out great for me, considering I'm slugging with a mech that's almost twice my weight.
Well, you are a clan mech, so you're at least worth 1 more your weight.
I mean, you're in a clan medium. That's worth an inner assault.
Wow, okay. Let's withdraw our movement dice. And withdraw right into the break screen. Friends, a battle of maneuvering. The players attempting to tactically outplay me. Me attempting to desperately find some cover for when, if they ever walk around the corner. Or maybe I'll just keep switching between both halves of the board, I guess. We'll find out on the return in about 8 minutes, but probably like an extra minute because someone's always late. Occasionally it's me. Stick around or don't. I don't care. I care a lot.